Hi, I'm Rebecca Del Pozo, coming to you live from our headquarters here in Puyallup, Washington. Rebecca Del Pozo and Company are a team of real estate agents that I founded in 2003, and we serve the greater Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia, and surrounding areas. And today we're going to talk about home buying. And I've got a slideshow that I'm going to share. It will keep me on track, and just want to say thanks. Thanks for the opportunity to interview for the job of representing you through this process. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go here to present, and let's make sure that I'm sharing the correct screen. Here we go. All right. So your first home, the proven path to home ownership. So Rebecca Del Pozo and Company, like I said, serves both sellers and buyers. And in the next few minutes, we're going to talk about important things, terminology, and just what to expect along the path of home buying specifically. So this is me, and here's my contact information. Over the years, I have built an incredible business here at Keller Williams. I've actually been with Keller Williams my entire real estate career since 2003. And Keller Williams is the brand, the company, the #1 real estate company in the world with over 188,000 agents. And so whether you're buying here locally or you're looking to buy anywhere in the world, call us first, because we're happy to connect you with people within our network. And here's just a little bit about the process. So what do you want to learn about the home buying process? Many times people have questions and they're not totally sure, who to ask or who to go to. And so as we go through these slides together today, my intention is that by the end of this, you'll know who to call. We're going to talk about fear versus facts about buying a home, realities of our market today, the 6 simple steps to home ownership, financing, and then next steps. So here are a couple of the fears. I can't afford to buy a home right now. And the fact is, until you do the math, you don't know what you can and can't afford. And so that very first conversation with a loan officer that you trust is key. And over the last 17 years of real estate, I've worked with Tom Simmons at Fairway Mortgage. He's an incredible resource, has become like a brother to me. And when it comes to any of the financing questions, that's the first place, is to talk to Tom. Next one is, I should wait until the market gets better. Well, fact is, there's never a bad time to buy the right home. And so with interest rates being at an all-time historic low, it's time to run the numbers and literally not just throw your rent money away every single month. It can be helping build a legacy for your family. The next fear, I don't have the money for the down payment. And the fact is that there are a variety of down payment options available to you, and that is going to be something that Tom will help you through. Fear, I can't afford to buy my dream home. And the fact, the best way to get closer to buying your dream home is to buy your first home. And this is something that I've experienced personally. And so I don't know that there's really anyone who goes and buys their dream home as their first property. It's this stepping stone approach to real estate, and it's building equity in the home that you're in. And so you start somewhere. Sometimes that's a condo. Sometimes it's a townhouse. Sometimes it's vacant land. We can help you with all of it. I can't afford to buy a home because my credit isn't very good. Fact, there are always options, and we can help you with that. Fear, I should wait until I'm certain about my domestic future. Fact, you do not have to wait until you're married, partnered, or ready to have children to buy a home. I've gone through this as life has thrown me some different curveballs. Bought a home with my previous husband, went through a divorce, bought a home as a single mom, bought an investment property. And so I've been through it, and I'm happy to share my story with you when the time comes. Next fear, buying a home seems way too complicated. Fact, no one will would ever tell you that buying a home is easy. However, we've got checklists for everything from the very beginning of a real estate transaction to the very closing. There's like 192 tasks that have to take place. Just know we've got you covered. Fear. I should pay off all my student loan debt before buying a home. Fact, student loan debt does not prevent you from buying a home, neither does credit card debt. And that's something that a lot of times people think is that if I've got any kind of debt, I'm not going to be able to buy. And that is simply not true. So mortgage rates are historically low, around 4%. As of right now, I am recording this video in the midst of COVID-19 on September 10th, 2020, and I just saw someone that got 2.75 for an interest rate, which is crazy. Long-term investment grows, you're going to build equity, you're going to get value appreciation, and it's going to pay down your debt. And the reality is that pride of ownership, it brings about a couple of things into your life: stability and security, a sense of community, freedom to customize and pick whatever paint color you want to put on the walls. There's tax benefits as well as wealth building opportunities. And as a real estate homeowner and as a real estate investor, I'm happy to share all of the resources that I have with you. So owning versus renting. If you look at the statistics, purchasing a home of $250,000 and paying a $1,200 mortgage payment versus renting, total over 30 years is $430,000. And so you own an asset that's going to grow in value. As a renter, you don't own anything after that time. And that's assuming that your rent doesn't go up, which rent normally does go up. It doesn't go down. So why hold off to buy? Well, changing jobs, financial situation, whether it be your credit score or down payment money, your fear of maybe that it's too expensive, that you end up house poor, or that there's no equity or no appreciation for short-term ownership. The reality is we're going to walk you through step by step, and we're going to guide you and ask you questions to make sure that you're protected along the way. The realities of our market. Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? Well, right now, like I said, I'm recording this video and we're definitely in a seller's market, meaning that we don't have enough homes. It's supply and demand. And so that could put us into a multiple offer situation depending on your price point. And it's important when you're talking with a real estate agent to ask them, you know, what's your track record of success when it comes to representing buyers and winning offers? Because in multiple offer situations, you definitely need to make sure that you've got someone who knows the contract, knows how to strategically write an offer that's going to get you the winning bid. So there's 6 easy steps to home ownership. First, you hire us. Sounds kind of simple and corny. It's true. Once you hire us and you say, you guys got the job, you now have access to all of the people that we've built relationships with over the last 17 and a half years. You've got access to the best loan officers. You've got access to the best title companies, escrow companies, home inspectors, contractors, plumbers, landscapers, carpet cleaners, you name it, we've got you covered. Through my Rebecca Recommends list, I'm happy to give you resources for all of those things. Step 2, you secure your pre-approved financing. And right now, what I would suggest is not just a pre-approval, but go through the entire underwriting process rather, so that when we're writing offers, they're strong offers, and we can say not only are they pre-approved, but all of their documentation, bank statements and tax returns and pay stubs have been reviewed and they're through underwriting, which makes your offer that much stronger. 3, find a home. 4, make an offer and negotiate. 5, get a home inspected and negotiate repairs. And then 6, close and be a homeowner. Now, there are a few more things that happen in between, but those are kind of the 6 easy steps from the very beginning to the closing and you getting keys. We've got a couple of different ways that you can search for real estate. You're always welcome to search for any app that you feel most comfortable on. We will provide you a free Keller Williams app that's branded to us, and it helps us communicate with you when you're searching for properties. Normally, the best way to communicate is using the multiple listing number, the listing number, because that's been attached to a particular property that you're interested in. And so then you can say, hey, I'm interested in this property, text it to us or email it to us, and we'll look it up. So step one is hire your agent, and we would love the job. So as your buyer's agent, our team is going to educate you about the market, analyze what your wants and needs are, steer you to homes that fit your criteria, coordinate the work of other professionals, negotiate on your behalf, and solve problems that may arise. We cannot guarantee a smooth path. There will be bumps along the way. Just know that we've got the experience behind us to be able to educate you and explain to you what's happening and how we can be proactive in handling those things. So we would love to interview for the job of representing you and advocating for you through this process, because the reason I got into real estate was as a first-time home buyer, I did not feel well represented. I felt like I was at the mercy of everyone, even my agent, and I didn't know that you could fire an agent. You totally can. If at any point along the way you're not satisfied and you don't feel like we're doing the best we can to represent you, you just let us know. We're not happy and things need to change, and we'll either adjust and explain, what's going on, or make a change, or release you, because our business is based on referrals. We want you to be happy through this entire process. Our intention is to become friends. We throw client appreciation parties. We have events constantly where, we become friends along the way. So it's I wouldn't say like 100% satisfaction guaranteed, but ultimately it is. We want you to feel protected and covered through the process. Next step is we're going to sign what we call a loyalty agreement. And that just says that you're hiring us to represent you, and that through the process, when you find a home and you like it, we're the ones that gets to write it for you. When to hire your agent? Well, the sooner the better, in my opinion, because then we're going to connect you with the loan officers and all of the professionals you need to keep moving forward in the process. So you start working with me, and then we get your financing in order. We get the pre-approval and then the underwritten pre-approval. We set up a personalized search for you. We start looking for properties. You find a home, write an offer, take ownership and close, move into your home, and then you pay your last lease payment. And that last rent check is going to feel so good, because you're going to know that you're building a legacy for your family in the future. Step 2, you secure the pre-approved financing. And this just talks through the documentation and the things that you need to have prepared to be able to give the loan officer. When it comes to choosing your lender, it's really important that you shop around, because not all loan officers are created equal. Like I said, Tom Simmons is our go-to guy. There are definitely going to be times if you come to us and you've already got a relationship established with someone, we're not going to get in the way of that relationship. However, we do say, talk to Tom and just compare apples to apples to make sure that you're shopping and making sure that you're getting the best loan possible for you. There's Tom. In 17 and a half years of working with Tom, he's never failed to close the loan he promised. So when you hear people talk about like, oh, the transaction unraveled, at closing, the only time that ever happens is on the listing side, where I represent the seller because the buyer isn't working with someone like Tom. And so this is a big point to make, is that you don't have to work with him, but we do ask that you have a conversation with him at least, because he has an incredible track record of success. Create a budget. Identify what your expenses are, determine the amount that you can comfortably spend on your home, and then make simple changes. We don't ever want to put you into a home that's going to make you house poor. Next few slides are going through the actual monthly mortgage payment and the breakdown, which Tom will go over in more detail with you. Now, maintaining your pre-approval and your underwritten approval is huge. You do not want to make any big purchases, no furniture, no major travel plans on credit cards, no new credit lines, no new debits added. Do not change your job without talking to Tom. You want to protect your down payment. All right, then we're going to find your home. So we're going to do a buyer consultation where we ask you some questions about what your needs are versus your wants. You're going to learn about the market. We're going to talk about the areas based on your price point that are available. And then we're going to talk through in that buyer consultation specifics about what the market of the moment is dictating, earnest money amount, how much inspections cost, who pays for that, appraisals, all of that. So we're looking constantly. So once you describe to us what it is you're looking for, then we're going to go and we're going to say, okay, this is a great house for you right now. However, here are the things to consider that maybe you haven't, as far as long-term costs of repairs and looking at values to make sure that you're not spending too much on a home. Condo versus townhome. These are pros and cons of each. New construction, an option, absolutely. New construction homes are something we sell on a regular basis, and we'll help you through that process depending on your budget and the area that you're looking. Step 4 is making an offer and negotiating. We're going to negotiate the price, the terms, and the contingencies. Your offer is only good if you want it to be. Your offer is only good if you get to do a home inspection. Your offer is only good if you get the financing that you need to be able to purchase the home. We'll cover all of this in great detail with you at our buyer consultation. Step 5, inspections and repairs. Option period. The standard contract can be anywhere from 7 to 10 days for an inspection contingency. Right now in a hot seller's market, it can be a lot less, and we'll talk about that in more detail at our buyer consultation. Definitely don't want to sweat the small stuff. It's the big stuff that matters, and that's what we're going to talk through. Step 6, close and be a homeowner. Standard closing is about 30 to 45 days, depending on the area and the time frame and the market that we're in. And so this is just going to talk about, how much and what to kind of budget for along the way. And these are just some estimates right now. We'll go into more detail when we talk with you personally. Closing means that you go sign the documents, and then once the loan has funded and recorded is when we coordinate you actually getting the keys to your new home. Protecting your investment. So making sure that there are, reminders that pop up, and we provide those to you as far as when to switch out batteries on the smoke detectors, or that it's time to have the septic system pumped and inspected, or it's time to have the furnace inspected. So all right, so that concludes the overview of what you can expect from us as real estate professionals who want to interview and earn your trust in business as a buyer. We're here to help with any of your real estate questions anywhere in the world, and the contact information for us is rebeccadelpozo.com. And my commitment to you along the path of home buying is that we're going to educate you. We'll analyze your wants and needs. We'll steer you to homes that fit your criteria, coordinate the work of other professionals, negotiate on your behalf, and solve any problems that may arise. Here's my contact info. Look forward to hearing from you soon.